So Ayurveda means the science of life. Veda is science, ayus is life. And it comes from India, the term Sanskrit comes from India. And within Ayurveda is this idea of elements, just like in Chinese theory, which I use in Touch for Health, the 5-element theory. So there are, in my work, I've added Ayurveda and 5-element theory together. Each informs me with information. So there's Vata, which is air, and there's Pitta, which is fire, and there's Kapha, which is earth, okay, as far as the elements. And a Vata person is very light and airy and bounces around a lot, okay, and a Pitta person is very particular. They like to shed light on things. They're a sort of medium build. Kapha's a little heavier build, and they're the nurturers and the structure people and the nurses, and you know, they provide nourishment, so to speak. And the Vata, Pitta, and Kapha informs everything from foods that we may choose to eat. You know, like a Pitta might not be good for them to have spicy foods, because then they love spicy foods, but if they eat them in excess, then they might get a little too hot, too fiery, too mean. It also explained to me many years ago about what we now have termed hangry. You know, when Pittas get hungry, they're slightly mean. Okay, so any of us can have a Pitta imbalance or a Vata imbalance or a Kapha imbalance. A Kapha imbalance is when we get just couch potato oriented, you know. Vata imbalance is when we're a little bit bouncing off the walls, you know, anxiety prone, that sort of thing. So liveliness can escalate, if you will, to anxiety. So within this idea of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, there are foods that you can eat and spices that you can eat or avoid, you know. And there's yoga to practice or avoid, or exercise in general that's better for one dosha or another. For all of the doshas, meditation is very useful. Settling of the mind, because we all, with the society that we have right now, constantly going, we have all developed a bit of Vata derangement, if you will, and we need that quiet. What meditation is a quiet place. So there's a lot of people who practice some meditation. There's guided meditations out there. That's all well and good. The Chopra Center for Wellbeing uses a mantra. Mantra means instrument of the mind. And that mantra is in Sanskrit, because if you use a mantra that's English, because I happen to be English speaking, that an English thought or word can lead the mind to other conversation, if you will, about that. Like, we all have verbal conversations, but we also have conversation that goes on in here relatively non-stop if we're not careful. And what regular meditation does is clean your mind so that you're in charge of your mind, not the busy thoughts. Okay, so some people might refer to that as monkey mind or chatter. You know, XYZ just happened and your mind just gets on it, and there's a little loop, kind of like a mouse on the wheel, and you're thinking about it and you're thinking about it and thinking about it, and that causes a lot of stress, you know, to keep thinking about certain things. So meditation, Chopra Center version of meditation, or transcendental meditation from many years ago, is geared toward getting to silence. Silence.